Welcome to the recap of my presentation, my goals in driving improvement in teaching, learning and assessment, and how I would seek to influence without direct responsibility. When was the last time you were asked, why did you choose a career in education? What were your hopes and aspirations? What kind of teacher did you want to be? We often focus on what we do. We teach, we support, we encourage, but we don't often reflect on our purpose, what drives us to do what we do every day.
There's a great book by Simon Sinek called Start With Why, where he explores this further and focuses on businesses and organisations that start with the why and how it transforms everything they do. You can view this TED Talk on the subject by clicking the video in the infographic.
Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly.
So why? Why did you choose a career in education? For me, it was because I wanted to support and inspire learners to go beyond what they believe is possible. I truly believe in the power of education to transform lives, just like mine. I asked this question to educators around the world via Flipgrid, with responses as far afield as Japan in the USA.
Hi, Mark. What a great idea to include Flipgrid in your interview. My name is Andrea. I live in Japan, yet I am an American. I teach 8th grade language arts. My inspiration for becoming a teacher was probably that I loved school. So I think things change.
I also created a survey and asked my education contacts the same using the polling app Poll Everywhere. Here you can see the results as a live word cloud. It's interesting to see some of the dominant phrases. Learning and education inspires change and people's lives. And only one person responded, the holidays. But you can see a common thread here. We want to inspire, we want to make a difference to our learners' lives, and we want to best prepare them for the world in which they will live and work. But for us to be able to deliver on our purpose, we need to innovate. Innovation isn't just about installing iPads and technology in all of the classrooms. It's no good saying we're implementing a blended learning approach and then just putting some extra content online while our face-to-face sessions stay the same as before. This isn't innovation, it's novelty, it's edutainment. Real innovation changes our whole approach. Our face-to-face sessions change. The way we communicate with our learners, the way they collaborate with each other, get feedback and prepare for assessments change. Technology becomes a tool in our armoury to achieving our why, not just a fun distraction or a cheaper way of delivering content. So how do we innovate? How might innovation look with key stakeholders? Our learners, our teachers and tutors, our leaders and our infrastructure. For our learners, they become empowered, building networks and collaboration, and they construct knowledge, not just acquire it. Our teachers and tutors foster a culture of innovation. They identify their own technology CPD goals, and they work with employers to create a meaningful sequence curriculum using problem and project-based learning. Our leaders establish a vision and a strategic plan for digital delivery, and this shared vision is consistently communicated throughout the organisation. We live our values. For us to really take advantage of the learning opportunities that digital technologies offer, we need to make sure we've got the infrastructure in place to be able to deliver on our why. Secure and reliable Wi-Fi, hardware and software, and clear guidance for staying safe. These are just some of the ways innovation could transform and improve teaching, learning and assessment. So, what do we need to do? How would I deliver improvements without direct responsibility? Andy Buck, the author of Leadership Matters, has adapted Pendleton's primary colours model and Radcliffe's future engaged delivery model to create 6 key areas for leadership action. The first key area to focus on is the future, creating a clear vision and strategic direction for the college aligned to the organisational goals and quality improvement plan. Next is to engage key stakeholders and build and sustain great relationships. Without getting our learners, our teachers, our leaders and our employers on board, we won't be able to make the changes we need. I would help to create innovation groups, plan training and support sessions, and clearly and consistently communicate our intentions and progress throughout. Linked to this is great delivery, supporting staff and learners to implement digital technologies using tailored CPD sessions, lunchtime learnings, webinars, video training and coaching. Gaining feedback from stakeholders and measuring the impact of intervention. Collecting impact stories, not just case studies. Not only measuring engagement or satisfaction of CPD, but looking at what has changed as a result. Leadership at any level is about leading a team, not doing everything myself. Empowering them, delegating tasks and decisions, and maintaining the overall quality and delivery of our shared vision. It isn't just about doing things right, it's also about doing the right things. How might this be affected by the current external environment? Here's a quick PESTEL analysis. Political. We have a new government who are promising much needed funds for FE and a focus on world-class vocational training, a review of level 3 and lower post-16 qualifications. We've got Brexit and a possible new government in the near future. All of this will bring challenges and opportunities for the further education sector. Economic. According to the indices of multiple deprivation, half of Derby College's population are living in the most deprived wards. Accessibility to technology can be a challenge. There could also be a downturn in the economy following a no-deal Brexit, which may make spending on hardware and infrastructure more challenging. Socio-cultural. There'll need to be a culture shift from learners using technology for entertainment to learners utilising technology for learning. There will also be a shift from tutor-led sessions to learners taking more independence and ownership of their learning goals and outcomes. Technology also allows learners to follow connectivist principles of networking their learning globally through the use of online apps, blogs, websites and forums. We will need to instill a culture of innovation and learning throughout the organisation. Environmental. There will be a need for learning spaces outside of the classroom, utilising hubs, recreational spaces and libraries for learning. A greater use of technology may also impact on energy consumption and affect our global environment. The Education Inspection Framework 2019 focuses more on the quality of education, the intent, implementation and the impact of our programmes of learning. Alignment with the why, how and what model can be easily identified. Our learners require a meaningful sequence curriculum that prepares them for their future study and employment. The introduction of T-levels alongside apprenticeship provision sees greater employer collaboration and input, and utilising project and problem-based learning will give the learners real-world experience. This can be supported well with technology, virtual reality sessions offering the student an immersive experience of real-life scenarios, for example. There really is a fantastic opportunity to use digital technologies to innovate teaching, learning, and assessment.